Hello, how you doing tonight? I'm not doing so great. And it's mostly an internal problem, by which I mean up here. Although it's at least inspired by something down here. I mentioned last week that I went to the doctor. I mentioned last week that I've been taking medication. I mentioned last week that I'm sure it's nothing. But, well, look, ever since I was a kid, I've been really into logic, you know? When I was a kid and I saw Star Trek for the first time, I was super into Mr. Spock. Of course I was. He was the smartest, strongest, coolest guy on the whole ship, and he never got scared, you know? He would just look at things and he would figure things out, or he would say, "Well, we must determine what the answer is." And he was just was level-headed and he was the best. So, from a young age, I was always super into like logic as a concept, trying to be logical, trying to be rational. Now, obviously, as you grow up, especially if you're a guy, you mistake certain behaviors for rationality versus emotionality, and it doesn't work that way most of the time. But still, as role models go, I think Mr. Spock is a pretty good one. But of course, things don't really work out that way. So it doesn't matter that I know. It doesn't matter that I know the symptoms that I have could be any number of things. It doesn't matter that when I go to the doctor and I talk about what's wrong, the doctor is in no way frightened or surprised or even really any reaction whatsoever other than, well, let's do this, let's do this. Like, he is so bored, which is good. So I know that there's probably nothing terribly wrong with me right now. But I can't help that, after weeks of taking medicine, when my symptoms emerge, rather suddenly, that frightens me. Okay? It makes me feel uneasy. It makes me wonder whether the doctor knows what he's doing, whether the doctor is just spinning his wheels. Or worse yet, is the doctor trying to placate me because he knows there's nothing that can be done? Now, obviously, that's pretty ridiculous. That would involve a conspiracy. I don't think the doctor's interested in conspiracies. I'm sure he has a patient. He wants to have that patient feel better. Just makes sense. But the fact of the matter is, I've had some problems all month long. These problems make me feel bad. These problems frighten me. At least part of it is due to the fact that my father died way too soon from disease. Now, again, level-headed me, logical me says, oh, well, my symptoms aren't at all like his symptoms. They're totally different. How could I have what he had? But emotional me doesn't matter. Emotional me says, well, Dad died young. He was sick. You're sick now. You're dying. And that's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You can't even, that's not even A to B. That's like A to Q. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. But it doesn't help. So I kind of spent a good chunk of my afternoon feeling uneasy, feeling scared, and of course, just feeling alone. I feel very lonely. No one around me seems to be concerned, which is nice in one sense. Like Mako, completely unconcerned about this. The doctor, completely unconcerned about this. But still, when I feel bad and no one else around me kind of cares, it kind of makes me feel worse. So yeah, I've really not been feeling good all month long. I'm going to keep taking this medicine. I'm going to keep crossing my fingers that this is going to go somewhere and the doctor's going to say, oh, well, look at this. It was a loose widget this whole time. Well, I fixed it for you. I don't know if that's going to happen. For now, all I can do is just keep taking medicine and really hope that something changes for the better. I'd like. I mean, if it gets worse, that's an answer too, but I'd rather those things get better. Can't we just get better? Couldn't I just get better? I'd like to get better. I hate feeling afraid all the time. It's hard to sit there and do anything. It's hard to have fun. It's hard to play a game. It's hard to read a book. It's hard to do anything in life when there's a voice in your head telling you you're just going to die. Like, don't do that. You're going to die. So, yeah, I'm not doing too good right now. Even though I'm not actually doing that bad. I feel bad. Which is an answer unto itself. Well, there's always bed. Good night, everybody. I love you.